So, you've had some adventures since you were last here. Where did you travel to? You traveled to Nova Scotia. What was winter like there? Cold. Lots of snow? Just cool. And how are you today?
I'm good.
That's good. Today we're going to be talking about Jesus when he was 12 years old. So it's time to talk about growing up. And so for just a couple of minutes I wanted to talk about growing up. We all of our families have rituals around growing up. What does your family do to sort of mark the times when you grow up? Not just birthdays, but I was going to, but I think I'm not going to with just the two of you. I was going to stand us up against that chart on the wall.
Why not?
You want to do that? Okay, let's see how tall you are. Come on up here and we'll...
Hope I made it high enough.
Okay, come and stand with your back to the wall. You get to be the first one. Up against the... Do you do this at home in the family? You do. And you've got a wall with all sorts of marks all the way up. Okay, so this is where you are to now. That's pretty good. How about you? There you are now. Do you have a chart like that at home? No. You don't? So you don't know how tall you were last year? Okay, so here I am.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
too tall.
I'm off the chart, aren't I?
Mark 'em on the
They
wall.
do it on the wall and I get into trouble. But that's okay. Just wait a year. Then I'll be back down here. That's what happens as you get older. You start to get smaller, but there are other... well, let me just ask a question. Do you remember, can you think of something you could do this year because you've grown that you couldn't do last year?
Maybe reach a higher shelf.
Reach the higher shelf. So yeah, and that's a problem sometimes when your brothers and sisters or the kids in the house are little. As they reach the higher shelf, then mom and dad has to put the things higher and higher so they can't get at them. How about you? Can you think of something you could do this year that you couldn't do last year?
Probably some sort of ride.
Ride? Oh, that's right. If you went to a fair or something like that, if you went to the Armstrong to the exhibition, there may be some rides that you could go on because you're taller.
Last year I could go.
You could go on all the rides last year. Was that the first time you could do that?
Yes.
Yeah, so that was an exciting time. So did you go on all the rides then? No. I'm with you. Just because you can doesn't mean you have to, does it? The zipper is terrifying. For me, most of the rides are terrifying now.
Yeah.
There are other things in the family that you kind of look forward to when you get to be old enough. Can you think of anything like that? I could think. Have your own job.
Doing more chores.
Doing more chores. Yeah, there's the good and the bad, isn't there? Having a job, doing your own. Driving. Most families sort of being old enough to drive is a big thing. Still have a while to wait for that, eh?
Only 6 years.
Pardon? Almost 6 years.
No, only 6 years.
Only 6 years. And that's probably what your parents are saying too. Only 6 years.
My friends and I, we joked that once we get a driver's license, when it's lunchtime, we're going to go to like Dairy Queen and get ice cream.
Oh. Yeah, you get to have this license and then you do what you did anyhow, only it's a little bit, you feel a little bit more sophisticated because you're doing it on your own this time. Good. Well, we're going to talk about Jesus because he went through the same growing up process. And there's only one story in the Bible. You probably know that one about Jesus in the temple, talking to the elders. We're going to be talking about that today. And you're going to be going on, I don't know what you're going to do, but Michelle said something about doing chores.
Yeah, that's good.
Uh-oh. Well, yeah. You go and find out, and as you're going, we're going to sing, and for the congregation, remember, we'll do the song once in English, once in Swahili, and then once in English again. We are marching to the light of God. So, have a good time.